Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck and wondering why you're not getting ahead financially? It's time to debunk the money myths that are holding you back from financial freedom. In this video, we'll explore 10 misconceptions about money that may be keeping you stuck and provide actionable steps to help you break free from those beliefs. I'm going to break down the 10 most common money myths that may be holding you back. And at the end of the video, I will share an 11th money myth. It may not be one that's in the top 10, but it is definitely a money myth that was holding me back from my success. I would like to share this money myth with you and to let you know how I broke free from this limiting belief. Money myths are all around us, and they can be pretty damaging. These myths can prevent us from making sound financial decisions and reaching our full potential. We've all pretty much heard them before, and we may have even believed them at some point. Money myths can be passed down from generation to generation, such was my case. They can be so convincing that we just accept them as the truth and we don't even question it. But what if I told you that money myths are just that? They're myths. Many people struggle with finances because they believe in these myths. And it's time to set the record straight and debunk these myths with a fresh start and a new understanding of money. We need to be aware of these myths and make a conscious effort to avoid or release them if we want to achieve financial success. Money myth number 1. Money can't buy happiness, or so they say. But is that really true? Money can buy happiness by way of peace of mind. When you are not concerned about earning money, it gives you a sense of freedom. And this freedom allows you to pursue other things that perhaps will bring you happiness. I feel like people who don't have money always say, well, money can't buy happiness. But I would like to also contradict that and saying not having money doesn't buy happiness either, right? So happiness is a state of mind. So in a roundabout way, money can buy happiness. Money myth number 2. You need to be rich to invest. But what about all the regular people that are investing in the stock market or they have their own businesses? They may not be rich per se, but they are taking control of their finances and building wealth. Money myth number 3. You have to be an expert to manage your money effectively. And that's just not true. With a little bit of knowledge and some basic math, anyone can manage their finances and make smart decisions. The thing is, you have to take the time to become educated in the subject of what you want to invest. It can be done. Money myth number 4. Debt is always bad. But what about debt that helps us achieve our goals, like a mortgage loan or a student loan? This debt can be a tool to help us achieve financial freedom. Money gurus like Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, tells of how he built his real estate empire by using leverage and mortgage debts. He explains that there's good debt, debt that helps you build assets, and the bad debt is generally consumer or consumption debt. And this can also be called lifestyle debt. So knowing the difference between good debt and bad debt is important. Money myth number 5, fear of not having enough money. Sometimes we're afraid to take risks or afraid to start our own businesses because we're afraid we won't have enough money. In today's economy, it is possible to start your own business as a side hustle or a part-time gig while you are still working your ordinary regular job. And this can enable you to build wealth alongside your current employment to reduce the risk and still pursue your dreams. Money myth number 6. Investing is only for the wealthy. And that is what many people believe, but it's just not true. With smart investing and a solid financial plan, anyone can build wealth regardless of their income. With the rise of micro-investing apps and online brokerages, anyone can start investing with just a few dollars. The most important thing is to start early and be consistent, even if it's just a small amount each month. Money myth number 7. Credit cards are evil. That's what we've been told. But what about all the rewards and benefits that come from using the credit cards responsibly? If you are able to pay the balance off in full each month on a no annual fee credit card, you will pay $0 in interest and earn all the rewards and benefits of that card. It does take discipline to use credit cards responsibly. However, if you can master this discipline, it can definitely become a financial tool. Number 8, the stock market is too volatile, and that's why people avoid it. The truth is, statistics say that the stock market consistently outperformed other investments over the long term. So the key there is the long term, right? So depending on how much time you have for your investment, if you have time on your side, the stock market may be a good investment for you. One of the most surprising myths is that many people feel that budgeting will be too time-consuming or too complicated to do. But the truth is, you can do a quick and easy budgeting system. You don't need to track every single expense or create a detailed spreadsheet. Just by being aware of your spending habits and making a few small adjustments, this can make a big impact on our finances. For example, cutting back on unnecessary expenses can free up money to invest for our goals. A budgeting tool that is fairly easy and successful is Dave Ramsey's envelope system. So if you are interested in learning more about that, put that in the comments below. But basically, you're putting your allotment of money in predetermined envelopes for food, for gas, etc. And you are allocating your money or budgeting your money that way. And basically, it's simple. When the money runs out, then no more spending in that category. Of course, we do need to possibly make adjustments because there's some things that you just can't not have, right? So for example, you need to have gas to get to work. One simple adjustment might be that you bundle your tasks. So rather than driving out to each individual place, which is using fuel, you might want to bundle your errands so that you're doing them all at one time. And this might save you fuel. But without knowing that your envelope is empty, you wouldn't even know to do that. So budgeting can be simple. Another money myth is that saving means depriving ourselves of things we enjoy. But the truth is, saving is just prioritizing what things are important to us and making smart choices around that. We can still have fun and enjoy our life while still saving money. It's all about finding the balance. The key is to be intentional with our spending and make sure it aligns with our values and goals. Here is money myth number 11. And this money myth is, drum roll please, we have to work hard for our money. This was a generational money myth in my family. So here's a little bit of a backstory. My grandmother immigrated to the US in like the early 1900s, something around there, as an indentured worker working in the pineapple fields in Hawaii. It was very hard work, and her stories about it were really amazing. And how and what she did to break out of that category was amazing. And I'd love to share it with you one day. So again, working in these pineapple fields were very hard work, and they would work for extremely long hours in the hot sun in Hawaii. She would often tell us as children that the work was so hard and she would only earn $1 a day. In fact, the plantation workers even made a song about this, and she would sing it to us. Ingrained in my mind was a money myth that we must work hard for money. And I did. I worked hard for money. During college, at some point, I was a full-time student and I worked 3 part-time jobs. And I did that because the 2 I really enjoyed. And the 3rd job was just to get experience so that I could earn my degree. When I moved into my apartment after college, I worked my full-time job and a part-time job after my full-time job so that I could build wealth and have a little bit of extra money. One day, I realized this money myth was hidden in my subconscious mind. I decided I no longer wanted to work hard for my money. I wanted my money to work hard for me. The thing is, once you become aware of a limiting belief and bring it to the surface, out of your subconscious mind into your conscious mind, you can remove it. I created affirmation cards that stated, money comes to me freely and easily. I did this by using an ordinary 3x5 index card. I made copies of this statement on my computer, taped it to the card, and I put these cards everywhere. They were on my mirror, on the refrigerator, on my door, in my car, everywhere. So everywhere I looked, I would read, money comes to me freely and easily. I also meditated with this mantra, right? In my meditation, I would think, money comes to me freely and easily, and imagine money coming to me freely and easily. And eventually, we were able to manifest opportunities to help this come true. Now, through these opportunities, we have passive income, and I was able to retire early. We need to remember that money is just a tool, and we need to use it wisely. By being aware of these myths and making a conscious effort to avoid them, we can achieve our financial goals and live the life we want. Now you can take control of your finances with a fresh new understanding of money. We have the power to choose how we think about money and of course how we use it. By avoiding and eliminating these myths, we can take action to create financial freedom and live the life we want. Again, money is just a tool and it's up to us to use it wisely. If you would like to see more videos on money, here's a video on increasing your money thermostat. By avoiding these money myths, we can focus on what really works. We can achieve financial freedom and live the life we want. Share your experiences with money myths in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please check out our other videos on manifesting, upping your financial thermostat, and more financial tips. We appreciate you. We would love to welcome you as part of our community. Mahalo!